Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our board meeting today, Wednesday, October 26, 2022. I call the meeting to order at 5:37. At this time, I will continue with roll call. Ms. Gilpas? Mrs. Garcia? Mr. Ocampo? Absent. Mr. Mercado?
Present.
Mr. Jimenez. Okay. And Mr. Conning, can you please lead us with the flag salute? Thank you, Mr. Conning. Do we have any spotlights and items today?
There are no spotlights this
No
this
spotlights.
afternoon.
Okay.
We
Oh,
do have a
yes, we
spot.
have a spotlight.
I have one. Thank
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank the Alasal Rotary, which I think some of our district and staff are part of, for giving out the dictionaries to all of our third graders. And there were some videos posted on Facebook, and you could see the kids really excited about that. I see somebody saying, yes, they also saw it. And there's just nothing like having a real book, dictionary is a book in your hands. So it was a really exciting thing. And that's not the only thing the Alasal Rotary has done for the district. That's why I wanted to spotlight them. I know they've done bicycles. If a student wants to go to the science camp, I believe, and don't have the funds, they've come in and helped our students in this area for many, many years. So I would like to, besides my spotlight, thank them in a special way, maybe a luncheon that we can have for them to thank them for doing that. You think that may be possible? And I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but I'm kind of doing that on purpose.
We'll figure something out. We'll
would be great.
contact the Educational Foundation and see what we can do.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
No? Okay. Now we will adopt the agenda. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I second. Go ahead.
Gilpas and Mrs. Garcia. Sure. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed by 4 votes, 1 absent. Thank you. Okay, then we have a presentation. School site presentation, Principal Alberta Bustamante, Freeman Elementary School.
Good evening, President Mr. Jimenez, board members, Mr. Koenig, cabinet members, staff, and community. My name is Alberta Bustamante, and I'm the principal at Freeman Elementary School. With me is Ms. Henson, the assistant principal at the site. Today, we have a presentation to let you know and showcase what we've been doing at Fremont. So as a school overview, we have students in kinder all the way to 6th grade. we have 735 students currently. Out of those 735, we have 526 that are English language learners. We have 31 teachers in total, and this is the first year that we actually have 2 classes that are one-way Spanish instruction. Our school demographics includes those 735 students. In addition, we also have 88 students that are English only, 108 that are RFEB, and 12 students that are IFEB. Our current reality. Students are not reading at grade level at the site. Students need social emotional support. And also we're trying to target the academic because we're trying to address the learning loss. This is some of the information that we have as a school. And please take in consideration that this data is from the beginning of the school year and that we're trying to finish assessments as of right now. And teachers are really trying hard to help us out academically and help with students in the classes. So the idea is to continue with the assessment, get that data, input it in this template to see growth or any other information that could help us. So just in fluency, we have students reading as an average in second grade, 32 words a minute, when they're supposed to be reading 51. In third grade, it's supposed to be 72, and we have 55. In fourth grade, it's supposed to be 94, and it's 67. Fifth grade is getting closer to the expectation. It's 92, and it's supposed to be 110. In sixth grade, it's 116, and we need to be at 127. Those students have the fluency, but they need comprehension, they need practice and additional support. We're testing again, and our goal is to see some gains next week, and then the next couple of weeks. Our school has been focusing a lot on the small group instruction because of the lack of reading. We're focusing on the reading foundational skills. And if you see, we have third grade and fourth grade highlighted because we see that most of the kids are in those areas. And as we know, third grade and fourth grade were the most affected during the pandemic. Just in third grade, we have 55 students that need additional support in their reading foundational skills and 64 in fourth grade. We have more in fifth and sixth grade, as you see in the template. Based on the district benchmarks, we have about 20 students that are considered to be at grade level within the DRA, and we only have 8 students in second grade that can be considered at grade level. Lexile student levels are based on the STAR reading, and that's another district benchmark. If you look at first grade, we have 400L. When it's BR, it's considered to be on the negative side. In second grade, it's also 400L. Third grade is 325, but it's supposed to be a 520 and above. Fourth grade, it's 65L, and it's supposed to be 740 to 940. And then in the next grade, fifth grade, it's 265, and it's supposed to be 830 to 1010. And then in sixth grade, it's 470 when it's supposed to be 925 to 1070. So as you see, this data shows us that we do have a problem, that we have to come up with a plan, and we have that. In the next couple of slides, I'm going to show you what the plan is for Fremont to address all these needs because we really need it. As you see here, we have the CASP ELA. As of last year, all the blue did not meet the standard. Those are the students testing third through sixth grade in May. Students that met the standard or exceeded the standard are in gray and gold. So it's a lot less students at grade level or above. In the math, we see that it's more students within the blue that are not meeting that standard. But again, math is a lot different compared to when we were growing up. It includes a lot of the reading. And as I've been saying, reading is the issue right now. The LPAC, English language test that takes place in February, shows us that in third grade, we have a lot of students in level 1. Again, those were the students that were affected by the pandemic, and they received a lot of the instruction virtually. A different format, those 525 English learners are broken down into the different levels, and we know that I need to help out students in level 3 to get closer to the level 4 to be able to reclassify. And that we have a lot of other students in level 2 within 3rd and 4th grade. Those are the students that need additional support. Everybody does, but at this point, the idea is to help 3rd and 4th grade. Our goals as a school is to come together as a community and as a school by building trust and helping each other and collaborating to make sure the students are successful at the end of the school year. In order to achieve that, we also need to concentrate on the 4 PLC questions. What do the students need to learn? How do I know that they learned it? What happens to those that don't learn it? And what about those that do learn it? What do we do with those students? So the baseline data that is here is SBAC ELA is 20%, math is 13%, LPAC is 7%. The goal is to make an increase of 7%. So the ideal would be to be at 27% in ELA, 20% in math, 14% in the LPAC. But I know that we can do a lot more. Our instructional focus. This is a plan for us. We need to make sure that students have access to complex text within reading and math. So we want to address small group instruction, do close reading with STORM strategies, focus on ELD and math. During small group instruction, teachers and intervention teachers are helping students based on the data that they gather through the diagnostic test. Looking at the data, the students are grouped based on skill. And at one point or another, some classes might have 3 adults working with different groups because we put in intervention teacher in kinder and 1st grade, 1 in 2nd grade, and 2 intervention teachers in 3rd and 4th grade, 1 in 5th grade. So we're looking at the assessment, we're looking at the data, we're regrouping, and we're doing cycles of maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks, depending on the progress of the students. That collaboration needs to be with students, intervention teachers, and parents too. If students know where they're at, they can make that goal and they can move forward. And that's the ideal at Fremont. With closed reading, this is just an example of a student that was able to write a couple of letters, words in August, but then because of the teacher instruction and the support, she was able to make a difference on the 2nd page in September. So we're focusing, we're trying to be strategic in what we do, but at the same time, it is going to take us a little bit of time. So the idea is to focus on the reading, vocabulary, writing, short responses, long responses. ELD, as of right now, we're doing designated ELD for 45 minutes in the classrooms. We're trying to teach lessons that help in the 4 domains, the reading, the listening, the speaking, the reading, and the writing. So the idea is that those 4 areas are covered in instruction during ELD. But we're also helping students with the support of the district by doing the goal setting forms with the student, with the parent during parent conferences. And teachers are looking at the data and looking to see how much progress has been made on a yearly basis. Sometimes kids grow, then sometimes they go down. So we're trying to find patterns to see what's happening. Math, we want to continue with Eureka Math and focus on the standards, teach, assess, reteach, and review with students. Because math is another area of concern. But like I said before, it has a lot of reading, a lot of vocabulary, a lot of academic language that our students are lacking. In addition to the academics, we also need to focus on the social emotional support. So through the district, we have counseling services. We have counselors through the Effective School Solutions, MCBH. As of right now, we're still in the process of getting a counselor, and that counselor was helping us with classroom presentations and school-wide events. But we also have recognitions, awards for the students for behavior, for reading, monthly class winners, attendance, and recognizing the students that attendance is important. I also have a challenge with Travis Elementary School that if I win, I don't get to color my hair, but if Ms. Medina loses, she colors her hair pink at the end of the school year. It's something different, something that motivates the students. So they're always asking, how are we doing? I'm like, just keep reading, please. In addition to that, we also have to look at the parent involvement. So we're trying to do more presentations for parents. We're trying to give them the tools that they need to help students at home, but it's baby steps right now. Is doing coffee classes, doing the school site council, doing parent presentations, and helping out as much as we can the families. Our goal is that we target student learning, but we have to collaborate with the parents, with the community, with teachers, and be on the same page. The data has been shared with the staff, it's been shared with school site council, and the next group of people is the parents. Extended programs, we have ACEs, we have the new school club, we have dance, math, sports. There's a lot of activities going on at the site. So I want to say a big thank you to all Fremont staff. That includes the teachers, the resource staff, supervisors, office staff, para educators, janitors, life skill teachers, behavior technicians, because it's all of us working together to help the students academically. And also the community support has been tremendous this school year because Costco was able to donate backpacks to kinder students. The Salinas and Alisal Rotary Club has been supporting to this year too with dictionaries and supplies for students. The Salinas Valley Dental Care provided additional supplies for teacher classrooms. So I just want to say thank you to those businesses that are helping us out and helping the families at the site. And as of right now, that's all for me. I don't know if you guys have any questions.
Any questions? Mrs. Garcia?
Okay, first of all, thank you for that wonderful presentation. You and Mrs. Hanson should be very proud of yourselves. This is well put together. Thank you for all the data points. Yeah, I'm currently teaching 4th grade, so I totally understand that COVID slide is real. And it's difficult. I'm looking at, I don't know if I saw it in a presentation, are you running SEI classes only or are you doing DI classes? Is there a difference or
SCI and just 2 one-way classes,
one way? Okay.
one way.
Okay, so all of them are SEI.
Yes.
Okay. So what, are you having any trouble with open positions?
No, we're all fully staffed,
Okay.
just the counselor.
And so like, what would be your biggest challenge right now? And you can tell your passion. So very passionate what you're doing and everything, you presented such a dynamic presentation. What is like your biggest challenge right now?
Time for teachers to plan, to get together, to have conversations, to analyze the data, to be able to get more training and support the staff with materials and training in general, because upper grades don't tend to get the reading foundational skills training. It's a lot of the times the lower grades, but at this point, everybody needs it. So time, training, money.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I'm writing it all down. Thanks.
Ms. Gilpas?
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you for being so candid and so honest. Because I think what you told us about the needs in reading and math is national.
Mhm.
That's happening everywhere, but it's good to know that you have a plan.
Mhm.
And that's what I wanted to ask. I know you have a plan to increase your baseline goals by 7%. How did you come to that number?
Usually it's done through the SIPSA, and that's the general goal for all of us.
Okay.
But I do want to increase it by more.
That's great. That's good to know. And then if you could just briefly, not too much into detail, but tell me a little bit about the one-way Spanish instruction class.
That's a good question. It's new to me and to us at the site. We haven't had a bilingual class or instruction in Spanish in the classroom for some years. So the idea is the students receive instruction in Spanish and then later on get the English. But the idea is that by the end of 6th grade, they can fully understand and write and read in English and Spanish.
So is that like a newcomer class or who goes into that?
No, it's by parent choice when they register during kinder roundup.
Oh, okay. So they start in kinder.
They start in kinder.
But they wouldn't be in one-way Spanish instruction classes the whole time, would they? So they get most of their instruction in Spanish?
Right now, yes.
And
In kinder.
when do they learn English?
I'm gonna need
So
the one-way program is actually the bilingual model that we have in the district. Fremont just had a history of not having the interest. So when we do the kinder enrollment or TK kinder enrollment, we offer the parents different instructional models. And they historically just did not have the interest or enough interest in order to create a class. This last time that Ms. Bustamante did the kinder roundup, she had the interest. So I believe it was like 40 students to where we had to open up a second section. So this is the very first time that we have the one-way program all the way up to 5th grade at Loya and Frank Paul. So it's the program, it's our bilingual model that is growing from kinder all the way up to 6th grade. So next year we'll have 6th grade classes, but I don't know if you remember, we had the instructional minutes. So it'll start increasing as the years go. So by the time they're in sixth grade, it'll be a 60-40. So 60% in English, excuse me, and then 40% in Spanish.
So gradually, then
Yes.
they'll learn the English and read the Spanish, and both of them are good, actually. Well, thank you for explaining that. And then my last comment was on your school site council. Do your meetings take place monthly
Yes, they're on a monthly basis.
and they're regular?
Yes.
Are they? I know, because I think last year we had an issue with some of the schools not having their school site councils on a regular basis, but I think that
No,
we're bound by, if I'm not mistaken, by state law that we have to have those meetings. So you're on top of it, Ms. Bustamante. You're doing awesome. And
Thank
you're a
you.
lot less nervous than you were last time. So
yeah,
I think
thank you.
that's great. I'm glad to hear that. You deserve an applause, I think.
Thank you.
Mr. Mercado.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez. I'm big about motivating students. I know you have your PBIS program and you motivate students for positive behaviors. But what incentives do you have for students that are meeting their academic growth or they're meeting their reclassification rate, for instance? What kind of things do you have to offer our students?
So we have the general trimester awards. We have the reclassification certificates in a little box for students that reclassify. We have the monthly raffle for students that are using the software programs that the district has. We have a monthly award for the grade level that has the highest attendance. And we also have a monthly award to that class that has the highest word count in the grade level. And a lot of those prizes are donated by staff members or myself. And it includes little things just to get the motivation in students to receive something for their hard work. I do plan on having an assembly for the students that got a 4 in the LPAC and got a 3 or 4 in the SBAC for math or language arts. And that's a special raffle of gift cards that I've been able to accumulate. And those are to help the students see that their progress is recommended. I mean, it's good that they're doing so great in school. And the idea is to do it as a whole school so the younger students can see that too.
I think, Mr. Koenig, that, maybe in the future, we could think about ways and at all school sites and how to motivate our students, offer some incentives where they can be encouraged to perform better in some of these tests. So that's something for you and your staff to think about. Thank you.
Just to say thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all Fremont staff. Well, we continue to public comment concerning items on the open session agenda and on or agenda item. There will be a 2-minute limit for the individual and 20-minute limit on total public comments. There is no setting on one time to other individual. Individual wishing to address the Board of Trustee on open session agenda item and or items and do so at this time, 6:01. Who's gonna be first? Stephanie Coffin.
Mr. Koenig, cabinet members, and AUSD board members. My name is Stephanie Coffin, and I teach fourth grade at Frank Paul School. I need you to understand that Mr. Porras is the heart and soul of Frank Paul School. He has spent time to create a safe environment, a feeling of family that is very conducive to learning. It held strong for the first 2 weeks that he was out. But now, 5 weeks later, it is beginning to crumble. We were first told he'd be out a few days. Then at week 3, we were told a couple more weeks. Sunday, parents received phone calls saying it would be a couple more weeks. This is inexcusable. Someone is not doing their job in a timely or effective manner. Our students, staff, and community feel the negative effects of Mr. Portas's absence. Morale is down. Student behaviors are more difficult to manage, and staff are concerned. You need to think about what kind of leaders you want to be. Are you infinite leaders that are open to questions, concerns, and constructive feedback that helps our district to improve? Or are you finite leaders focused only on being right, winning the day, or your own individual paths? Are you lifelong learners? Staff at all levels need to feel supported. The Frank Paul community needs Mr. Portas back in the position of principal, and we need him back now.
Next. We have one without name. Yes, yeah, okay. No, no, no. Let's put your name, please. Okay. Now. Okay. Carmen Esparza. Carmen Esparza.
Yes, good evening, board members, cabinet members, Mr. President and Superintendent and community. My name is Carmen Esparza, and I am a school site council parent rep at Frank Paul School. First of all, I would like to thank you for your follow-up message dated 10/21 on the subject related to Mr. Porras, our school director at Frank Paul. As a parent, the absence of Mr. Porras from school grounds has impacted not only our children and or students, but parents and staff. He is one of a kind school principal, goes out of his way to serve children and the community. In addition, it is quite noticeable at 8 a.m. school day mornings when traffic jam is at its peak. Who does this? Mr. Porras goes out there, opens doors for the children, and does an extraordinary and efficiently job to ease the flow of traffic. Now, on behalf of our school council, our school needs Mr. Porras to take care of his work and responsibilities as principal. We hope that as a district, you will make a favorable decision to have our principal at school as soon as possible. Our parents and children are asking for his return. If this is not possible, we are asking, as the school site parents, board of directors of the campus, a meeting with the directors of district to make us an informative meeting on the subject in question Thank you very much for your time and attention to this matter.
Thank you. Mr. Tafoya?
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees, staff, and members of the audience. My name is Victor Manuel Tafoya. I'd like to briefly speak about my background, and then I'll pivot to where I stand on education. As a lifelong resident of Salinas, I've experienced firsthand the education our elementary students are receiving through our public schools, because like them, I too was a student in the Alisal Union School District. Subsequently, I've had the honor to work with your children as an Alisal Union School District after-school program tutor, Pen Pal recipient, and Storytime tutor. With effort and dedication, I was able to complete an associate's degree in business administration from Hartnell Community College and a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of California, Merced. Where I stand on education, I believe a public education is a fundamental right. And from what I've gathered from previous speakers, we need to focus on providing teacher development in order to increase the collective knowledge of overall staff, boost staff confidence and credibility, and most importantly, to increase teacher retention. I can assure you, parents want the most qualified staff teaching their students. Second, we need to increase parent involvement because the family is the most important element in the growth and development of a student. Above all, I believe our school districts need to be accountable to parents, students, and our community. Thank you for your attention.
María del Carmen Parra.
Buenas tardes, mesa directiva de Distrito Alizal. Mi nombre es María Parra. Soy mamá y miembro del Concilio Escolar Oscar F. Loya. Mi comentario público el día de hoy es para agradecer a nuestro superintendente y mesa directiva de la colaboración hacia padres y comunidad de Distrito Alizal. También mi comentario es para que toda la mesa directiva vea el poder y colaboración hacia diferentes grupos comunitarios y organizaciones. Yo como mamá aún tengo un niño en Alizal, pero un día no lo voy a tener. Sin embargo, yo siempre voy a tener la responsabilidad moral de abogar por las necesidades y prioridades de todos los niños de Alizal y mi comunidad. Yo vivo en una esquina de Eagle Drive y todas las mañanas y tardes veo niños pasar a la escuela Chávez, Loya y Paz Miros. Mi obligación moral es ver por todos esos niños que están al lado de mi casa y que lleguen con bien a casa de sus papás. Yo soy una organizadora de la comunidad abogando por los niños de la temprana edad y familias de Alizal. Esto a mí me da el compromiso y responsabilidad moral de ver que todos nuestros niños y familias siempre estén lo mejor posible. Así que yo pido a mi mesa directiva que siempre unamos esfuerzos y pongamos nuestro compromiso moral y profesional hasta una sola visión, niños y familias de Alizal. Debemos reconocer y agradecer y valorar todos los esfuerzos que tanto agencias comunitarias como los First Five, Building Healthy Communities, Bright Beginnings, están aportando al bienestar de los niños y familias de Alizal. Nuestros grupos comunitarios como Mamás de Salinas Abogan, Comité de Padres y actualmente la Política de Mujer son una herramienta fundamental para llegar a las diferentes necesidades de los estudiantes. La voz y el involucramiento de padres es crítico para llegar a estas áreas de fortalecimiento de nuestros niños de Alizal. Muchas gracias por todo y en especial a nuestro superintendente. Con respeto, María.
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees. My name is Maria Parra. I'm a mom and a member of the School Site Council in Oscar Loya. My public comment today is to thank our superintendent and the board of trustees for the collaboration towards parents and community in the LaSalle district. My comment is also for all the trustees to see the power and collaboration that towards different groups, community groups and organizations. As a mom, I still have a child in Alisal, but one day I'm not gonna have him. Nonetheless, I will always have the moral responsibility to advocate for the needs and priorities of all the children of Alisal and the community. I live on the corner of Eagle Drive, and all mornings I see children walk by towards Chavez, Loya, and La Paz Middle School. My moral obligation is to look after all those children, that all those children that live next to my house arrive well to their home, to their parents. I'm an organizer, community organizer, advocating for early learning children and their families. This is what gives me the commitment and moral responsibility to see that our children and families are always doing the best possible. So I just want to ask the board of trustees to always join efforts and join our moral commitment and professional commitment towards one vision towards families and children. Our community groups such as Mamás de Salinas Advocate and Comité Padres Unidos and Women's Political Institute are a tool, a fundamental tool to arrive to different necessities that children have. I thank very especially our superintendent for opening up to collaborate with parents and agencies that look after the emotional health and academic health of children and families of Alisal. And thanks to all of trustees, with respect, Maria Carmen Parra.
Thank you. Okay. I have one without name, or they say WIP, WPI. Okay, thank you.
Disculpen por no haber puesto el nombre.
Okay.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gabriela Silva. Soy miembro de la comunidad organizadora de padres en sanación cultural con Padres Unidos, BAC. Mamás de Salinas Aboga, respaldada por Baby Beginnings y representante del Instituto de Políticas de la Mujer. Doctora Solís y representante del Condado de Monterrey, a la vez. Estamos aquí, yo y mi compañera Erika Arreola, para darles las gracias por su apoyo y a los miembros del concilio, a cada uno de ustedes y al superintendente Conin, por tener su apoyo para adoptar esta resolución y tomar en cuenta el proceso colaborativo que se tomó de varias organizaciones como SBAC, Red Beginnings, los primeros 5, y dándoles el valor al distrito de Alisal para este cambio que se necesita para nuestras familias y nuestra comunidad de padres primerizos. Gracias por hacer esto posible, la colaboración juntos con la transparencia en la narrativa de cambios para el futuro de todos los niños. Gracias.
Gracias, señora Silva.
Good afternoon. My name is Gabriela Silva. I'm a community member and organizer of Parents for Cultural Healing with Padres Unidos and Mamás de Salinas Abogan, supported by Bright Beginnings and representing the Women's Policy Institute, Dr. Solis. And representing Monterey County is my colleague Erika Arreola and I. We are here to thank the board members and Superintendent Koenig for supporting this resolution and taking into account the process that we have been through and the collaboration from several organizations such as BHC, Bright Beginnings, and First Five, and valuing Alisal District collaboration to support our families, communities, and new parents. Thank you for making this possible and collaborating together with transparency in changing the narrative for the future of all children. Thank you.
Thank you. I have another one. Without name, let's say WIP. Oh. Okay.
Buenas tardes, mesa directiva Mi nombre es Erika Reola, organizadora comunitaria de la Red de Defensa de la Primera Infancia de la Costa Central, bajo el liderazgo de los primeros 5 del Condado de Monterrey. Y hoy estamos representando con mi compañera Gaby al Condado de Monterrey en el Instituto de Políticas para la Mujer, doctora Solís. La visión en este trabajo que nosotros hemos estado haciendo en colaboración con el Distrito Alizal es cambiar la cultura de colaboración, priorizar la educación temprana desde un ámbito holístico y co-crear soluciones que reflejen la realidad de muchas de nuestras familias. Es por eso que adoptar esta resolución es un paso para continuar apoyando a nuestros pequeños. Por eso les damos las gracias al superintendente Coney y a la mesa directiva. Por eso les damos las gracias también por adoptar esta
10 minutes.
resolución y porque se hizo realizada con el apoyo del Distrito Alizal y con muchas organizaciones comunitarias que dan experiencia y que dan apoyo y empoderamiento a las familias del Distrito Alizal. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Good afternoon. I'm Erika Arreola, community organizer with Central Coast Early Childhood Advocacy Network under the leadership of First Five Monterey County. Today, we represent Monterey County at the Women's Policy Institute, Dr. Solis. The vision with this work is to change collaborative cultures, prioritize early education from a holistic perspective, and co-create solutions that reflect the reality of many families. That is why adopting this resolution is a step to continue supporting our little ones. So we want to thank Superintendent Koenig for his support in adopting the resolution that was done collaboratively with the Alisal Union School District. Likewise, many thanks to the Board of Trustees for their support. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. That's ending time 6:18. We continue to the association comments. Arisel Teacher Association.
Good evening, President Jimenez, and good evening, the rest of the board members, and the same for the cabinet and the public in general. Jaime Pastoriza, I'm the current president of the executive board. I'm here tonight just to announce to the public that the association is ready to reopen negotiation for this school year 22-23. And our sunshine is included in the board packet. So thank you and good night.
Thank you, Mr. Pastoriza. California School Employee Association, Chapter 577. No comments today. Thank you, Ms. Keiko. And United Substitute Teacher Union? No. Okay. Now, number 4, the board member superintendent report. Any report? No reports? No report. Mr. Coney?
At this time, I'd just like to announce we're going to make a change in the format of the agendas for the board meetings, beginning with the November 16th meeting. The consent agenda will be under a single paragraph. It's currently under 3 paragraphs, paragraphs 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to recognize consent items only under paragraph 5 of the agenda. And the remaining paragraphs of the agenda will be adjusted accordingly. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Coney. In consent agenda, we need a motion to consent agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Mercado. Gilpas. Any comment or question? No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Consent agenda approved by 4 votes, 1 absent. Then we move to business services. I need a motion. Oh, no, public hearings. Consideration and adoption of school facilities needs analysis and consideration of alter the school facility fees. Open at 6:21. Close on 6:22. I need a motion to resolution 2223 08 school facilities needs analysis. Garcia first,
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Mercado second. Any comments and question? No comments, no questions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed by 4 votes, 1 absent. The number C is C only or informational? We need to tell the, okay, well, the number C is annual report on the financial activities of the capital facilities found and required by government code section 66006. That's information item. Okay. We want to wait a minute.
Do I need to say anything, Mr. Koenig, about that?
I'm sorry,
Do I need to say anything about item C or?
we need to say something.
It's a report on the fees that are collected based on the an item similar to the item 8B, the school facilities needs analysis, which was adopted last year and the year before. So if the board has any questions, please let me know.
No questions. Okay, we continue to human resources. Okay, I need a motion to 1.0 FTE account take 3 position in fiscal services department. Ms. Garcia? Oh, I'm sorry, Miguel Prats? Ms. Garcia, okay. Any comments or question? Mrs. Garcia, I'm sorry, Ms. Gilpes.
That's okay. Thank you, President Jimenez. So this is a full-time account tech 3 position that will take care of their own clerical duties? Or,
Yes, they'll take care of their own clerical duties.
so we don't have to add a classified
No, we don't.
position or add,
The purpose of this position is to, it will not generate any appreciable clerical requirements. The purpose is to deal with the increase in reporting that we've experienced over the past 24 to 36 months as a result of all these grants that we've been receiving. So it will actually help us a lot in relieving the administrative requirements on the other account technicians in the business department.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed by 4 votes, 1 absent. Thank you. I need a motion to variable term waiver for the 2022-2023 school year.
I'll make the motion.
Mrs. Garcia first, Mr. Mercado
And I'll
second. Any comments or question? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed by 4 votes, 1 absent. Public hearing, Alisal Teacher Association, ATA, article for negotiation, open at 6:26. close at 6:27. The number D, I need to talk something.
This is the first reading, it's for information.
That's information only? Okay. Well, but if we have to tell the public?
It's on the agenda.
Okay. Now, move to number 10. It's administrative services. I need a motion to adopt the resolution 2223-09, affirm support of early learning programs.
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Mr. Mercado, Mrs. Garcia, any comment or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed by 4 votes, 1 absent. Future agenda item? Mrs. Gilpas.
Yes, thank you. You saw me reach for the microphone, right? Thank you. Yes, I think I would like to have a presentation on how our school site councils are and maybe be able to meet some of the, or maybe as like we do a presentation on the schools, whatever department that is on school site council. Just to know in the past, we've had some issues with not having the regular meetings at the school sites. And I think I'm sure they are now, and it's not to check on that, but just to see how they're doing, how they're going, who are the parents. It was nice to meet, we had one parent, I think, from school site council, and it's always nice to meet those parent leaders. So some sort of informational short presentation on that would be great. Thank you.
I think
Sia?
last time we talked about maybe having like a little checkoff list for informational items that would be put on the agenda, because I think we've asked for things and we were just gonna see if those come up. Like I've been asking for a safety audit, but so yeah, just remember we were talking about little checkoff, so we kind of remember what we asked for and see if we could actually check it off the list.
Right, we do have such a list, and I'll make sure you get a copy.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mercado? Okay. Okay. Now, public comments, closed session agenda item only. There will be a 2-minute limit for individuals on public comments and 20-minute limit on total public comments. Item is no setting of one time to other individuals. Individuals wishing to address the Board of Trustees on closed session agenda items may do so at this time. Start time 6:30. Ending time at 6:31. Adjourn to close session at 6:32.